Hi everyone, it's Zara Altair and this is the Midweek Zap, and welcome to all the Zapsters and welcome to our fabulous sparkly guest, Mia Voss. I'm just so excited. We've been having so much fun in the green room. So Mia, just for people who don't know who you are, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey girl, I just posted that on the event comments. It's just that in case you don't know it, we're having a hoot and holler in the green room already. We've covered it all. Female curmudgeons, everything. So thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
It's just totally fun. So
yes.
We wanted to talk about hot messes today, and actually this started because Mia and I were chatting, and she says, I can't chat right now, it's just a big hot mess, and I thought, you know, and so I wanted to talk, and I want you all to chime in, Zapsters, about difficult experiences that you've had, and you know, if you want our input, we're happy to give it. Anyway, I thought we'd start with the simple stuff, more or less, like trolling and, you know, what you do with people who are trolling you on Google+, because you have a couple of choices. One is muting, and one is blocking. And I'm going to ask Mia, but I'll tell everyone what my sort criteria are. If someone's just annoying, I mute them. You know, that way they're just out of my life, but I'm not reporting them to Google or anything.
A little out of sight, out of mind thing. Then
Yeah.
it's like a buzzing fly. You just shut the screen door.
Exactly. And then blocking is a totally different story, and that is for people who are really trolling. I see Vivek is in our audience, and we were dealing with someone yesterday who was a permanent bluehead and just comes in and hijacks things.
Ugh.
And I had already blocked that person.
What was that on?
That was it was actually a post show on an HOA that we did yesterday, and the Holy Shift show, and they came in to the after party thing.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
I love the Holy Shift show.
You know, I always check blueheads when they get in touch with me. And I go and see, you know, if there's nothing on their page except mail, you know, and they have no post, that's pretty much, they're gone out of my life.
Sure. There's no need to even consider it. It's a waste. It's time you don't need to spend.
Yeah, you don't need them in your stream. Make them go away. Blocking is serious stuff. I was talking with Mia in the green room and telling her about some guy who had a picture of a chocolate penis wrapped up like an Easter bunny in colorful foil. Block.
Sorry. First block. I giggled, and then I said, okay, I get it.
So, you know,
you had me a chocolate penis.
It's totally distasteful. You want to block those people. I have yet to report anyone, but I've noticed a couple of people that I have blocked. Google has removed them because they were doing that to so many people. So if you block someone, Google really takes notice of that.
Right.
And they count the blocks and they pay attention. And if there's a lot of blocking, those people are removed from Google+. So
let me ask you a question on that. Here's a good technical question, because sometimes people can go out of their way in sort of a cyber attack type of manner to block, unblock, block, unblock. Is Google able to see that? I know that seems like a kind of a simple question, but you know what I mean? What if I just wanted to get back at somebody? Did they pay attention to that, you think, that I block, unblock them? And look like a psycho because they get a notice that you keep circling them, but...
Yeah, I'm really not sure about the answer to that. They do track blockings.
Yes.
So I'm not sure.
Okay.
We'll find an answer, and I'll post it in the comment stream later.
Sure.
And then we have William Rock has a comment here. I'm interested in learning more because I keep getting those same trolls, and what is worse, I get random comments, nothing to the topic.
Dude, that's hijacking. Oh, that's so annoying.
It is. It's hijacking. It is annoying. It's terribly annoying. You do have the ability to block their comments and get rid of their comments in the comment stream.
Right.
So take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm. Deborah's got a good point. And hi, Deborah. We got all the rocks in the house. Rock out!
Yeah.
She says some blueheads don't know how to change their profile picture, but there are other that are just there to cause mischief. Absolutely. I have one gal. Hold on, I got to pull that up. I have one gal that comes to my show a lot, and I reached out to her. She's just so sweet and has the best comments, and I reached out and was like, honey, you got to get a picture. I don't care if it's a dog, but, you know, you're going to get people that don't want to engage with you as much because you're a bluehead. And she was really gracious and sweet about it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Some people just don't know.
Yep.
And some people use blueheads to remain anonymous.
I tell you, on the trolling thing, it always is shocking.
Oh, wait, we're going to bring
let me see.
Rickler. Okay, male. I get stuff from bluehead females, so being a dick isn't discriminatory.
I've had a couple of people say that. Who is it that told me that? My brother, I think brother Craig Fifield. He said some of my guy friends do get the trolled and get the craze of, you know, just you know, it's uncomfortable because from a guy's perspective, I mean, we can get a little bit into the male-female thing. You know, they get it too of you know, getting harassed, and so they can't be as sort of like, you know, club. Like I'm pretty. I will say, I actually don't mute many people. I just block them. I got to tell you, like I'm kind of a zero tolerance. Because you can just tell. You know, some people you're like, oh, you're just being fussy. Some people, if they're just kind of being stupid, I'll engage with them a little bit, and then I'm like, block. So, you know, maybe that's not the best way to do it, but that's what works for me, just because it's a time suck, you know. But, you know, for guys, it is kind of tough. You can't come out swinging at women as much. So, I don't envy them that, you know.
Yeah, and
drink.
Carmen Rojas is
Hi,
doing
Carmen.
what I usually do, which is listening while working. Anyway, she says, the thing I hate when people post offensive videos in the feed and the autoplay when you scroll past them. Nothing like from Passion of the Christ while I am sipping morning tea.
I love how she calls it fee, too. I call it the fee. Oh, that's true. I've had that, what is that on? I guess it's on Instagram, too. I can be on Instagram on my phone, and I've had that where I've been somewhere quiet, and it just starts playing. I'm like, go, stop. Yeah. You know, my biggest thing, though, Zara, is when people just start, I post something, and a lot of you guys will notice when I post, I'm not there to start a fight or argue, or I like happy stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Enough crappy stuff out there. So I've had people that come in and start engaging, and what was it I posted? I posted this beautiful video that they had done for TEDx Mile High of Denver. Just one of the best compilations I've ever seen. And some jackass decides to come in and start arguing with me in my thread about Denver and the police and, you know, race issues. And I was like, oh, buddy, out of the pool. Out. You know. Yeah. It's because it's also on my thread. I'm not posting it on your wall. I'm not coming to your area and, you know, getting in there. So there's something about that. I think we should all be really, you know, really guard our territory. That we don't have to make everybody like us, especially when it's on our page. Uh-oh, what do you got?
William Rock says, I even post in my profile that I hunt scammers.
Go, brother man. He ain't playing.
Way.
Hashtag William Rock ain't playing. Using fun people out there today. Oh, Karen, I just saw her on the other show. What's up, Karen B. Chin?
Yeah. And then William Rock again, and the issue is they are following us all, and that's one of the reasons we wanted to do this show. They are following us all, and I'm looking for the best way to private message to stop. You know, that's so polite.
You know, I did that in the beginning too. It's all about time for me, Zara. I really, do you know what I mean? It's really like, how much time are you going to spend? And Craig Chamberlin, I remember, I don't know if you've seen him before. He does some great shows, and he did this great post about sort of the troll type of thing, or how sort of insidious it can be as well too, when you're just kind of having this conversation and just thinking, okay, I'll make a couple comments, and then it's like gum stuck to your finger, and you can't extricate yourself from them because they're slowly wearing you down, even just commenting back and forth. Here's what can I just throw up a comment there too of throw up, you know what I mean? Rain says, I don't mute either, and I rarely do. I check out a blue head. I just block her right away. # fist bump of death. That's my girl right there.
Yeah. That's so
amen, sister.
Death, no kidding. And then also Karen V. Chen says, Mia and Zara, do you get profiles that use different photos but the same exact content is in each of their, quote, profiles, unquote? These profiles come in clusters. Yes, is my answer. I've had that happen.
I haven't, but I know it's out there. So yeah, I think everybody gets these different versions. Yeah, I think that, you know what that is? What is it? Somebody else says, ain't nobody got time for that. Because really, you're gonna spend your time trying to figure that out. Like, ugh, that's scary.
Yeah, and I want to go back to William Rock's comment about, messaging them, private messaging, because it's really what Mia just said. It's a time suck, and we have so many hours in the day, because I used to be really, hey, this feels like spamming to me, kind of messages and stuff, and I've stopped doing that. I just make the decision, mute or unmute. I mean, mute or block. They know what they're doing. They do.
Yes, they really do. It's with doing these hangout hosting with Black Lotus, and that you've seen, it's been a really eye-opening thing to talk about cybersecurity and the spamming, and that's because that's just another version of trolling.
Yes, it is. It
as
is.
well. So it's same thing, because let's face it, you guys, time is money. So
yes.
Yeah, the less time you spend on that. But I love this idea too, again, about this empowering thing about blocking, is that we really all should, kind of speak up. And I do share when I just see somebody. I've shared it with some of the Hangout hosts as well, as for all of us, because we've got two different things, and you and I as hosts know we've got our profiles, and then we have our shows. Because I've had that as well. I had it a couple months ago, and I don't really turn on photos too much in my shows, and I haven't seen it as much, but these chuckleheads that were just randomly posting these photos during my event, and it was one when I wasn't able to police it during the show, so I didn't see it. I had some bad internet connection, and I get done with the show, and there's like 30 pictures of this person's chandelier, the side of their head, maybe a nostril. I was like, what the, So I was pretty, I gave it the serious smackdown. In fact, what was great, and you have the same kind of audience, is people in the audience were like, what the hell's wrong with you? And they started reporting them. So I love the community thing.
The community is just wonderful. And then Vivek has a question. What do you think of people having multiple Gmails and consequently multiple profiles, but they all belong to the same person? It's hard to generalize sometimes.
Well, I hate to judge, but that's to mess with people. Don't you think? What do you think?
I think it's to mess with people. I absolutely think it's to mess with people, especially if they're using those multiple profiles to go around and poke and cause trouble.
And don't you think, too, Zara, that they usually have that because somebody has reported them and they've had to go create another profile?
Yep, exactly.
It really is. That's the only reason why they've got it, is But again, it's something where I think speaking up is a great thing to do. It's just you really have to speak up and either say something or block them. I had somebody. Oh God, the worst one that I got. Everybody loves Schadenfreude stories, right? Like, what's the worst thing that happened? We all love it. Oh, and I love that word. Is I had somebody that came in on my Bat Crap Crazy post, and it was so shocking and vulgar. It had the P word in it. It had all kinds of grody words, and I ended up. it's the block thing is a little tough because I think I ended up blocking him, and before I was able to do that, he screenshotted my thing and then started posting that out to people. So it was really tough because you know, he just was like, look at, he just like took mine and said, oh, I'm considered a troll, but it screenshotted my post and then posted it on his page. The other thing is this guy had 10,000 people circling him. I was like, what's wrong with this world that you have 10,000 people circling you? Because he was really vile. It was sad. It was very shocking. That's probably the only time I've had it from an unknown, out of nowhere, never seen him before, came onto my back crap crazy post and just took a big dump.
Yeah, and then Deborah Rock has a beautiful follow-up to that. I think that people are so excited to get followers and follow others, but like backlinks, people need to be aware of who they are following. It can minimize the amount of blueheads spamming.
Preach that one, sister. Amen.
No kidding. And that is like for all the circle shares. You want to talk about circle shares?
Sure. Sure. You know, I in the beginning, about a year ago, when I was just, I think I've been on Google Plus actively for about a year and a half, and so I remember some close people to me were talking about circle shares, and I almost was like, does anybody else think this reminds you of the chain emails? Like, you know, and then I felt like there was this element to it too of a little bit of threatening. You have to do that, and I was like, oh man, I don't want to. And so I kind of stood my ground and didn't do it too much. And luckily, it's gone. You know, it's gone the wayside a little bit. But that's also an indicator for me. Two indicators of going to people's profiles. One is if they are just they're just sharing without any, I can't remember what we call that, you know, just basically share, and there's no context of why they like it. Hat tip to somebody, that's a key indicator, and then just a lot of circle shares. Yeah. So I guess in a way I'm judging.
And then Carmen Rojas, I have had some people randomly start posting in a language I don't speak on one of my posts.
For
God's sake, stop it.
Well, and I've had some people do that, and you know, thank you for the translate button is awesome. Then so some people I've been able to hit translate, and they have something good to say, which is fun. They just haven't, they just come on. But generally, it's just the dumbest, like same thing. I'm in an internet cafe. I can't understand you. I'm like, oh, then don't be here. Stop.
Exactly. And then William Rock says, take, for example, entity search is the same as before with domains. Once banned, they have to find another way to do it. Yeah. Okay, we're getting geek speak. And thank you, William, because you add so much to the show.
He's going to add so much more to me when I talk to him on Thursday, right, William? We're going to do some work together, brother.
Yeah, he's a very knowledgeable guy.
Hell yeah. What about this one from Dave Pipe? This is an interesting one. And can I shout out Dave Pipe because he is the one that pinged me in about a Chrome update. So yes. The Sussex Dragon takes good care of me.
There you go.
Yeah, I created a second profile to run up my third YouTube channel. It came in useful as some trolls decided to gun for me on my main profile. I nearly lost my main profile. Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, that is.
I can see that. What did I get? Oh man, I got this pack of skater punks, I call them, on my event about a year ago, and so it's hard as it.
Whoops. I don't know, but you want to say that again because
skater punks. Oh, okay, yeah. Googly. Google's being googly. But I got a couple of kids that came in on my event, and they were definitely, you can just tell they were definitely young. And so one of them pinged in, and so I can't remember what the subject was. It was about a year ago. Pinged in, and then pinged in his friends, and they started having this conversation about some party they were going to, and I was like, look, kids, take it offline. And then they started using racial epithets, and I was like, that these are a gang of trolls, and they're going to come after you. I'm like, go ahead. take your best shot, and just kept. And they said, "Why are you pinging me out of here?" I'm like, "Because you've just called somebody the worst name for a gay man. Like, I am not allowing that at all." So I think all of us do need to really just put your foot down. Don't be afraid. I mean, it's tough. And yeah, they will come after you, but I never saw them again, which was good. But it was a little tough. My friend was like, "Wow, I've seen them before. That's a tough gang. They're going to come after you." I'm like, good.
Yeah. And then I want to welcome all the new people who are here at the Midweek Zap for the first time, and do a little station break. We're here every week on Wednesdays at noon Pacific Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and 8 p.m. British Standard Time. And also on YouTube, you can watch it live and watch the replays. Also, the podcasts are on SoundCloud, so there's many ways to access the information that we have here. And I also want to thank Compass Network for broadcasting the Midweek Zap outside the Google Plus universe. So thank you for that.
Nice bumper, girlfriend.
Yeah. Okay, wait, we have something from Lee Rickler. What do you guys think of pinging people for no reason, like so-called influencers, purely to get your attention? I know what I think. You go ahead, Mia.
Does the kind of evil giggle give you any indication of what I think? Don't! Stop doing it! Stop that! You know, I think a little bit. I saw it a lot in the beginning. I probably did it a little bit in the beginning too, because I saw somebody else do it. Yeah, don't do that. You know, it's especially if it's unrelated. I love private messages. Private messages to me about something within reason tells me that you're actually paying attention, or you've got something. But yeah, don't do it. Good one, Lee. That's a great point.
Yeah, it is. It's
yeah. What do you think, though? What's your take on it?
Influencers are busy, just like all of us. And if you do that sort of thing
frequently, we should say frequently, right? If you do
that frequently just to get their attention, it backfires. That's all I have to say. It's going to backfire. And then Deborah has another comment about HOA dumpers will always find their way into shows.
You guys are hilarious.
I know. They are a nuisance to HOA society. Go through, Deborah.
I'm not getting it as much, though, and I suspect that you're not either, because you have this very entrenched audience. Again, like, now we can run our shows, and the audience just takes care of it. You get, like, knock that crap off. Right?
Yes, the audience is very supportive. And it's for people who are new to HOAs or thinking about doing that. Once you get established, your audience will help you with that kind of trolling activity and inappropriate comments and all that sort of thing. Okay, and then William Rock, just following up on that, what sucks is if you have a large amount of followers and views, don't be afraid to kick them out of your community or stream. Yep, absolutely.
Does he mean like if the person has a lot of followers or views?
I think that's what he means.
Yeah, I think so too. I'll tell you what. Let's jump into that a little bit, because this would be, especially for newbies. Like, don't be sucked in by followers and views. Get sucked in by content, and if you're really aligned with what their message is, because I had that for a bit too, and I've had a couple people that. Yeah, I ended up blocking a few of them. I still have blocked who have a ton of followers, and they just that does not guarantee any kind of above board type of person. Sounds elementary, but it's true, right?
Yes, it does sound elementary, but it's true. But I think a lot of people who are new to Google Plus, one, don't know about the importance of engaging in real conversations. And two, there are people out there who promote things like circle shares to get followers. So they're putting out false information for people who are new to Google Plus, and they go, oh yeah, I want a lot of followers, because if they're coming over from another platform, social media platform,
yes,
you know, that's the game. That's part of the game, is to get followers and to get people to like your business page and all that sort of thing. And on Google Plus, the priorities are different. The priorities really are about having real engagement. And
Yes. It's easy to see. Look at Sheila. She's so cute.
I know. Sheila Hensley says Zapsters would have a fit on Zara Altair's behalf if it happened here. That's true. That's true, and I think it's true also for Mia's show as well.
Yeah, that's it. We have a good crowd here for sure. Hi, Nazim. What up, brother?
Hi, Nazim. So glad to see you here.
Look at Lee. A ton of followers and no content equals a Fiverr account.
Yeah, I missed that one, but I'm glad you found it.
Sorry, yeah, I just saw it there.
Fiverr account, that's right. So there's another way that people get sucked in. You know, their Fiverr people tell you they will get you followers on Plus, and you know, follower count doesn't do anything. It really doesn't do anything, because if they're not engaged with what your area focus is, it means nothing at all, because there's no back and forth.
True. It's just, I mean, you just take it and put that in a real life situation. If you're at a party or an event and you know, somebody's just talking at you and your hair is blowing back and they haven't asked you anything about you, or even, you know, they're trying to get something from you, but they don't know anything. You get no indication they've ever done anything to know something besides maybe what your title is. It's just, what a turnoff, right?
Yes, absolutely. You know, or the it's like having groupies, which is the other side of that. People who are following you or start conversations with you, but without too much personal interaction. They're just we kind of touched on this before, but they're like, hey, I want some attention from you. You know, it was like my son when he was 2.5. I want some tensions.
Feeling that from your 2-year-old son. I want some tensions.
Yeah, so don't do it, folks. Just don't do it that way.
No, so true. Hey, let's jump onto this one too. What about people like in that sort of same vein, the people that are the time stealers from the, hey, I want to get your advice or your opinion thing? I think we should jump into that too. That's kind of the crappiest non-paying clients in the world.
That is, and I'm sure other people have had the same thing happen, that people ping you and they want, you know, I have this happening, can you help me with this?
Yes.
And I think I've talked about this on the show before, but I kind of have a rule about that. If it's something I can answer in less than 5 minutes or in one sentence, I'm happy to do it.
Yes.
But if it's something long and complicated, then I ask them if they have, 1, been to my website,
right,
and 2, if they want me to help them, go ahead, tell me when you've paid that, you know, consulting fee, because I have an hourly consulting fee there, and let me know when you paid, and we'll set up a time to talk. And that's the other thing, pinging me out of the blue. I'm busy.
Yeah. Yes. Ooh, no kidding. It's disruptive.
It's very disruptive. So, you know, set up a time to talk with folks.
Yes. I love that. Hire my head, right? Hashtag hire my head.
Hire my head, Kim Armstrong. That's what my dogs say. I want some tensions to my belly parts. That's adorable.
Can I just tell you, that is cute, just to give a shout out to Bob Voss. You know, he always sits on my desk here still with his little thing, and he wanted some tensions yesterday because he literally just knocked himself off the table on the ground. He did. I was like, son, what are you doing, crazy pants? So he still hangs out and causes a little, he wants some
That's just
tensions.
really great. I have
That's
actually,
great, though.
yeah, I
Do you
have.
have something on your website? I'm sorry, that is the like click here to hire me?
Yes.
Awesome. I need to go look at that. I'm gonna go. Will you? I need to go look at your
It's
website and
called,
check that out.
click here to pick my brain.
I got that. Like the worst things in the world from somebody you don't know, and I get it. I've gotten it locally as well as online. Is, oh, hey, I just want to. Don't. Here's another what not to do. Don't ever email somebody and say, I just want to pick your brain for a second if they don't know you. That's the best way to get me to never respond.
Yeah, that's a delete email.
It kind of is. But then, I had this conversation with one of I call it my board of directors. I'm sure you have it too, this group of about 10 people that literally are people that I will give any amount of time to at the drop of a hat because I know they will do the same, and I can ping them and say, ooh, what do you think about this? And we get done because, first of all, I know them, they know me well, and we already kind of know what that person is doing. So that's what I rely on. It's my BOD.
No kidding. It's like,
Nazim, you're in that group.
yeah.
Aw, Kim Armstrong. Oh, Bob Voss still getting his. Yes, he is. Yes, he is, honey.
Yeah, that your pets are with you forever. I have a guy that I miss a lot, and sometimes I still see him walk across the room over there.
You know he's partying with Bob Voss, though.
Yeah, Oscar. Oscar and Bob Ross, they're partying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we're running out of time, but we both decided we wanted to talk about female curmudgeons and on what that means because we both have this edgy side.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's why I'm perfectly comfortable blocking someone, and I think it's just really sweet that William Rock wants to private message them first, and I'm like block.
And you know what's great though? Let's just throw that out there too. I love taking different ways that people handle things and then creating my own thing. So more power to you if that's what's working for you, and then you can just keep adjusting, because I would do that in the beginning, and then after a while I was like, this isn't working. And so, I respect how everybody handles their thing, but I got my own way, and that's and I'm more the, what did we decide? Oh, the Dowager Countess on Downton Abbey. I just want to be here when I grow up. I'm heading that way.
I had a whole circle of friends a very long time ago when I lived in Sebastopol in California, and I was known as the Marquesa. It's like, don't
write that down. Yeah, don't mess with Mama. I love it when I have Greg. You've seen Greg, and
yes.
He's this large ex-football player. Just be like, you really don't want to say that to her. Like, even he knows. Like, see him. I know he's behind me a lot of times, going, "Don't do that."
Deborah has another great comment. She says, taking time online is just as wasteful as when someone walks into a showroom store and takes the salesperson time, knowing they are not there to purchase anything.
Good one. What a great example. Totally.
For analogy. Thank you, Deborah. Yeah, because just as we said before, time is so...
Time's money, girlfriend.
Time is money.
It really is.
More than that, it's life quality.
Right.
Because we always have to balance our total entire life with our presence online and in social media or what we're doing. Is that one great way to burn out is to spend too much time, and if you have people who are trying to suck your time, they're really diminishing your quality of life, and then you're not going to be readily available for the people that really do want to.
Yes, that's a perfect way to put it, and that's why I love the combination of the time is value of the life and time is money, is because if I'm wasting my time and I want to make the money so that I can spend my time. I've had this conversation with a lot of people. Using the valuable time so my free time really build me up, Buttercup, and that I do the same.
Yeah. You
For
know,
them.
Mia, you're
Same.
fading, but
Google.
yeah, Google has just been fussy, and thanks again, Dave Pipe, for letting us know that strange things are
Yeah, afoot.
happening. So you gave
Yeah.
us a real heads up on that.
Well, speaking of hot mess, the reason why I always say hot mess is that I celebrate that with my show, so people are expecting if something breaks. And my other phrase I usually say, I'm just glad to have pants on, because I'm just glad to even be here and have pants on. So
It's
that's on the
true,
bottom.
it's true. And then Nazim says, great topic, more female power to the world. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that, yes, he agrees with me on this one. Thanks, Nazim.
I cannot wait to get to Italy, because I just think that Betty is like my Italian female counterpart, and that's it. Poor Nazim, you don't know what's coming. It's going to be ugly in a good way.
It will be ugly in a good way. Ugly in a good
Mm.
way. I like that. Ah.
Yay. What a great audience you have, girlfriend. This is
Oh yeah, this is
so
just
fun.
a rock and zapster audience. They're just
Mm-hmm.
totally fabulous. They have so much to say, and they share, not so much today, but when we have really informative where to go for something
Mm-hmm.
shows, people share links
Yep,
automatically. They share information.
that's great.
They help each other. It's what Google Plus is all about, in my opinion.
Yes. Yeah, isn't that great to see? I love that when you're having a conversation and you'll say, "Oh, I read this story or this link," and you see it, boom, automatically show up in it. It's amazing. What's also fun too is to introduce people to the outside world of when they see the YouTube, but then you're like, "But go look at the event," and you can see the conversation even before the show starts. People helping out each other. It's pretty magic. Drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, it is. So, Mia, I think we're going to bring this to a close. Any last words, advice, or whatever you have for folks?
Listen to this one. It's so cliched and I love it. Because be yourself, everybody else is taken. Hey.
That's
Right?
it. Be
Mm-hmm.
yourself and take care of yourself, which I think is
Yes.
the basis of our talk today is about. Is
Amen, sister.
really take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let people time suck. Don't let people mentally poke you, I guess is the
Mm-hmm.
word. Just
Yes.
really, they
Excellent.
can needle you. You don't need it.
Mm-mm.
Ignore. You know,
Amen.
push the delete button on those annoying emails. All of it. Forget
Quicker
it.
than you think you should sometimes. I think you can just disengage. If it's meant to be, it'll come back in a better way in your life. That's it.
Oh, that is so true. So I want to thank everyone who's here today and for all your wonderful comments and questions.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And
Mwah.
I have an announcement for next week. We're doing a joint show with Google, and we're setting up all the technical stuff tomorrow so we can figure it out. So news as it breaks on that one, but we may be going over to another place to actually be live. So I hope you all will be following us over there. I just want to thank Mia for being here today. That was such a great conversation.
Yeah.
Time is precious.
Yes, so easy to talk with you. I really appreciate it. I really wish we could have recorded the green room too, because that was good stuff right there too.
That was good stuff. I'm not sure if Google would have liked all of it, but that was great. That was great stuff.
Yes.
It was so much fun. Anyway, thank you everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.